Hi everyone, this is Brett Kepler with Treo Realtors. Thanks for checking out this edition of Coffee Time. Today I want to talk all about property taxes. As you're probably aware, we're almost in the first tax season under Trump. I think it's the first, but anyway, after his recent reform, property taxes unfortunately are not going to be able to provide the full benefit that they've uh, provided you in the past if you're exceeding $10,000 on your property taxes and state and local income tax. So I thought it would be a great time to talk about what you can do to save money, not just because of tax reform, but simply to save money each and every year for the taxes on your property. Okay, it's all done through the auditor site. It can be a little bit of a challenge unless you have really, really strong evidence in support of reducing the value. But if you do feel that your home is overvalued and you're paying more tax than you think you should, I'll show you how you can go about getting it adjusted. So let me go ahead and minimize myself here. What you'll see is that I am currently on the Hamilton County Auditor page. So whether you're in Warren or Claremont or Butler, you can go to your own auditor's page just like this. Okay, on the left side or somewhere within your page, you're going to see something that's called a value complaint form. I'm going to click on this gavel right here. Okay, and it's going to take me to a page where now I can, get some information on what it means to contest the value. They really put the burden of proof on you, the homeowner. Okay. And when it comes to what do they want as proof that your home is overvalued, well, it's pretty simple. They either want a appraisal that you would have to pay for maybe $350 or so to get an appraisal that shows that your home is worth less. Or you can provide, recent sales that are very near in terms of recent sales and very similar to your property. So if you live in a condo, 5 condos very similar sold for $50,000 less than what you are currently being assessed at, it's kind of a no-brainer for them to look at and say, sure, let's go ahead and reduce your value. If you live in Hyde Park, where every house is so different, it gets much more difficult for them to view any comp that you provide as an apples to apples comparison. Now, I can help you provide those comps, and I can also help you fill out the complaint form, which we'll take a look at in just a minute. So if we scroll back up here, over on the left-hand side, it's called a real property complaint form. And I'm going to click on that. This is going to take us to a new form where it talks about what we have to do to present our case. Okay, so here it just talks about, having an appraisal done. If your house sold recently, so if you bought it for $200 and it's assessed at $270, well, then it's pretty simple. You just provide them with the evidence that your property was recently sold at a fair market value. It was what we call an arm's length transaction. So no, you guys weren't buddies. You weren't buying it at a discount from your mom, nothing like that. But it was a normal market sale. And then if you think that, even with estimates, it should be, still worth less, you can provide estimates from contractors that'll get it back to decent condition. Or if there's major issues with it, you can explain, hey, look, this house is falling down a hill. Here's proof from contractors. That's why it should be worth a lot less. And then once you get down here to this form, it's pretty interactive and it's pretty simple. So just what's your information? Is there more than one parcel being included? There's some information down here about what's the value that your opinion is for value versus what are we currently saying. So are you asking for a 50,000 reduction, 100,000 reduction? Who knows? And then a brief explanation about why it's wrong. This does have to be filled out and notarized and then mailed in. Now, I'm going to go back to this first page where you can see that they have between January 1st and March 31st are the times when you can file a complaint form. So between January 1st, March 31st. So right now it's beginning of February. You still have another 45 days or so if you want to complain about your value. Otherwise, you have to wait till next year. And they pretty much, once they establish a value, it will go retroactive for the year that you actually filed that complaint. Okay. Now, from personal experience, I've filed a few of these complaints myself. I write a nice letter about how I'm a broker and I know value and things like that. And a few years ago, when they had a couple of my rental properties that one jumped up 70,000, one jumped up 50,000. I was able to provide comms and my letter of explanation and expertise. And they pretty much just said, well, we'll meet you in the middle, rather than fight it. We'll just meet you in the middle. And they were good with that. A lot of people that I've tried to help out, they just flat out deny. 7 to 10 years ago when the market was really bad, they were pretty much approving everybody's reduction in value because it was so easy to find foreclosed property nearby that they started, kind of taking a lot of people's values down without much argument. But recently they've been a little bit tougher. So that's all there is to it. A form at the right time. Feel free to reach out if I can help provide some comps, and then kind of cross your fingers if they do think that we need to dig deeper into why the value is what it is, or if you disagree with their opinion and you want to go in front of them for a hearing, you can be asked to show up in person, where you can debate what it is that or why you think the property should be different than what they're suggesting. However, again, they want very good, solid evidence. And if you claim that, oh no, the basement's not finished, or this is wrong, there's only 3 bedrooms, they can come out and inspect your property. And a lot of times they will, especially if they think there's any chance of you lying. They'll come by, and you legally are supposed to allow them through your home. Otherwise, they will just, deny the claim. So don't go in and lie either, because it's really easy for them to follow up, visit you at your home, and find out that, you're full of it. So hopefully this helps. And if you need any help filing your own complaint, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.